Okay, so at this point you have learned that how to display information using GET request, like displaying a list of trips, but you don't really know how to add a new trip using the interface or using the UI or using a web page. All right. So the first thing I would like to do is if I go to certain page, which is let's say the root URL, which is this one, I would at least like to see an HTML page or a mustache page showing text box where I can enter the name of a trip. And that will be the index page. So I'm going to go ahead, open up the index page you can see, and let's go ahead and at least have some sort of a heading over here. So add new trip. All right, and now I will go ahead and restart the server. So I can say rs to restart the server. And if I go to that particular route, I still don't really see anything. And the reason I don't see anything is that in my app.js, I don't even have a route for that. So app.get, if I go to the root, then this particular function is going to get fired. And then I can simply say res, which is response.render, and we will render a particular mustache template, which is called index. And we're not really going to pass anything, and that's pretty much it. Let's go and refresh that. Okay, so at least we see add a new trip being displayed. But I don't really have any a form to fill out. So let's go ahead and create a form. And we are going to post the form. So form. Okay, and inside the form, I'm going to go ahead and create input type text. And I'm going to give it a name, and I will call it title or the trip title, whatever you want to call it. This is up to you. It's very important that you give the name to the input fields which are inside the form, because if you don't provide the name, title, or anything you want, trip title or whatever, these values are then not posted if you don't provide the name. And I'll show you that how you can check it out in the Chrome browser. Let's go ahead and put the submit button. When you press the submit button, the value or the form is basically submitted. All right. Now let's go ahead and restart the server by rs, and go ahead and you can see at least the form. It has this and it has the save button. So the question is, if I press the submit button, where are the values from the form, which only contain one value, which is the value of a text box? Where is this posted? So we have to provide it in the action. Slash, we can say trip, that's fine. And the method that we're going to use is obviously post. All right. Now, let's see what happens if I actually try to post it. Let me go ahead and restart the server and open up inspect and open up the network and refresh the page. Let's remove that. And let's go ahead and see what happens if I try to submit a trip. All right. Okay, so here we go. So I'm going to say Costa Rica, and I'm going to say save. Okay, so it did go somewhere. If I click on that strip, I should be able to see some information about this strip. And look at that right at the bottom when the form, where the form data is, you can see that we have posted the title. That's the name of the text box. And the value is whatever I inserted in the text box. Now let's see what happens if I remove this name. I'm not giving any name to my text box. Let me go ahead and refresh the server. And I'm going to go ahead, go back and refresh the page. Costa Rica. Okay, so it still posts somewhere, and we still have a post, but look at the bottom. It doesn't have any idea what values you posted. So make sure that you put a name to your input controls or to the controls that can actually post values, which is radio button, hidden fields, input controls, select options, and so on. So let's go ahead and put a name title. This is, of course, completely up to you, whatever name you want to give. I'm just giving it title. Okay, so it's going to post to a URL called trip, which doesn't really exist. So let's go ahead and create that URL. app.post, because we're posting, and trip function request response. Now, the first thing I need to do is I need to get the value that we just posted so that I can do something on the server side. The question is, how do I get the value? So I can get something like from the request, I can say request.body.title. This title is the same exact name as the title that we gave to our text box. So all of these names that you're going to provide, which is currently only title, if I provide it over here, trip title, and if I go back over here, it will be trip title, which is fine. Let's leave it like that. Let's leave it as trip title. That's fine. All right. So if I try to run this right now, and if I try to console.log title, I'm not going to get anything. And if you don't believe me, I can actually go ahead and log it out. Here we go. And for response, just for fun, I'm just going to say posted or whatever. It doesn't really matter at this point. We're just trying to get the value that you're posted from the client side. We're just trying to get that value over here. Let's go ahead and restart the server and go back, refresh, and I'm going to say Denver, and I'm going to save it. And you can immediately see a problem. It is saying, let me actually move this to the bottom. There we go. It's saying that trip title is actually undefined. And the error is also thrown or written over here. All right. So the problem is that this part is basically not able to provide or not able to extract the body. And the reason it's not able to do that is that the Express by default has no idea how to parse the body. That is the job of a package or a framework called the body parser. I've already added the body parser as a package, so the only thing I need to do is I actually just need to use it. All right, so I'm going to go over here and say body parser equals to require, I think it's called body parser. You can look for their documentation, body parser documentation on npm.js, and it will go through that how you can add body parser. So this line we have already done, body parser, but now what kind of bodies you want to parse, that's somewhere at the bottom. If you're sending JSON, which we are not, then you will say body parser.json. In this case, we are sending the form encoded values, so I'm just going to use that one and put it anywhere. Here we go. All right. Okay, so after the body parser is there, let's go back to our code and refresh it. Also, make sure that we can see the value when it is printed out. So I'm going to say over here Denver, and you can see the value that we are consoling.log out on the server. It says Denver, which is right over here. All right. Okay, so in the next video, I'm going to show you that how you can get this value out, which we already have, create a new object, and then put that object into an array. All right. And if you are looking for other courses, you can always go to my Udemy link and you can search for my courses. I have 20 courses currently on Udemy. If you like courses on iOS development, you can definitely buy it from here, or click on the link in the description. It will take you directly there. All right. So thank you so much.